So here we are, and we're doing some more. It says find the length of the side labeled X. So in the first one, right there. Found it. So I'm done. No, what they really mean is what is the value of X? So we got to find a roundabout way to get there. And here's what's the crazy thing. So normally you would just have a triangle and you'd have X and some other side and this angle here, and that would be enough, and you could go from there. But in this case, it's not enough. That's not the only thing that we're looking for. So we need to look for something more. We need to go a little bit further with it. So what do? I don't know. Well, wait a second. It's like I have two triangles here. So I got this triangle, and then I have this triangle, even though they're kind of like one larger triangle. So this triangle that's standing up vertically, I know that this side is 19, and I know this is 68. And let's say I were to find this side in the middle. I'll call it y. If I were to find that y value, I could plug it in for this same y value because it's the same thing. Once I know what it is, now I'd have this number, y, that angle 60, and then I could find x. So it's kind of like a combination play. It's like I got to do one triangle over here to figure out the middle length, and then use that answer to solve the other triangle for the piece that they're really asking for. So I got to do a combination play. So let's set it up. First, if I'm doing a combination play with 19, y, and 68 degrees, well, the y would be across from the 68, so that's like the opposite. And the 19 is across from the right angle here, so that would be the hypotenuse. So I got the opposite, and I got the hypotenuse. What would I do with those things? Well, that sounds like a sine ratio. So I'm going to take sine of that angle, which is 68 degrees. And that's going to be equal to the opposite y over 19. So to calculate this, it's kind of a piece of cake. All I got to do is multiply both sides by 19, and then 19 times sine 68 degrees equals y. Let's calculate that. Here we go. So I got 19 times sine 68, and we're in degrees, so we're good. And that's about 17.6. So I'm going to go here. We'll take this back a step. And then that means we got, this is about 17.6. Now that I know that, I can use that 17.6, this x, and the 60 degrees to set up something else. Well, the 17.6 is adjacent to the 60 degrees, and the x is the hypotenuse of that triangle. So I got the adjacent and the hypotenuse. That would be the cosine. So I'm going to say cosine this time of 60 degrees. And that's going to equal the adjacent, which is y, which we know that's 17.6 over x. All right, now through some fancy smancy algebra, you could flip both sides by multiplying both sides by the reciprocal, and then you become 1 over cosine 60 degrees equals x over 17.6. Now let's multiply both sides by 17.6, and that would give me x equals 17.6 divided by cosine 60 degrees. Okay, so calculator, 17.6 divided by cosine, what was it, 60 degrees, 60 degrees. And that would give us, what, 35.2. That's crazy. That was crazy easy. That's actually kind of a special triangle relationship that we could have seen, but it's not too hard to guess that that makes sense. 35.2 does kind of make sense because it's probably about twice the size of this line. That works out pretty well. All right, let's do another one. How about, I don't know, how about this one right there? I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Let's do this in a different color. Let's change to blue just for fun. And we're going to do the blue line here. We're going to figure out what is that, and then we're going to use that to find the x. Well, I'm going to start with this triangle over on the left side. I have this 40 degrees up here, this side y, and this side 36. Well, if I'm to use the 40 degrees, that means that the 36 would be opposite it, and the y would be adjacent. So that tells me that opposite and adjacent, I would use TOA or tangent. So tangent of 40 degrees equals opposite, which is 36, over y. Now, hopefully by now you guys are starting to see some of the algebra, but if we do the reciprocal, we come up with 1 over tangent 40 degrees equals y over 36. Then we multiply by 36, both sides, and we get y equals 36 divided by tangent 40. Let's go ahead and calculate that. So it's 36 divided by tangent 40 equals 42.9. We could round it up to 43 if we really wanted to, but we don't have to. So 42.9. Let's take this back. Here we go, 42.9. So what does y equal? That's 42.9. But that's not the real question. The real question is, what is x? Well, if I know that this piece here is 42.9, this angle here is 24, well, let's see what we got. That 42.9 is opposite the 24, and the x is adjacent. So I have another OA, SOHCAHTOA. So that means that tangent of 24 degrees is going to be equal to the opposite, which we came up to be 42.9. And that's going to be divided by x. Now, if I do the same thing I just did before, you flip both sides by multiplying both sides by the reciprocals, and then you come up with 1 over tangent 24 degrees equals x over 42.9. And then multiply by 42.9, 42.9 on both sides. And you got x equals 42.9 divided by tangent 24. Now, I have that 42.9 saved in my calculator because it's the last thing I did. So I'm just going to take that, then divide by tangent of 24. Boom! 96.3 or 96.4 would be our answer. That's exactly what we're looking for. So this piece right here, it'd be 96.3, about. Awesome. Piece of cake, right? All right, well then that's our video for right now. Hopefully that's enough for you guys to go off of. In the next video, if it comes soon, you will see it's very similar, except now it's going to ask an extended question. Find the area. Ooh.